Hello and welcome to our presentation of TTQ POS. We're going to log in first. So here's the login form. If you happen to enter wrong username or password, you will get this error message. Okay, now we're logged in. We have to choose the store and the outlet. To give you a brief idea of a store and an outlet, the store may have multiple outlets. Each outlet will have its own cashier and register, and they may have different categories. Here we have the initial value for the cash drawer. We call it the opening amount. We can add it now or later. At the top left, we have the store name and outlet name. At the top right, we have the username and also the logout button. Next, we have the categories. So by default, it's all categories. You can choose one of the categories, or you can choose all of them. For example, here the clothes are selected. Now we click on makeup. As you can see, it's filtered. All categories, again, we see all of them. Multiple choices. We can choose one or more categories and those categories will be shown. All right. Then we have the search bar where we can enter some keywords and filter the products in the list. We also have a calculator, which helps us calculate if necessary. Okay, we have the product cards here, the product name, the product price, discounted price if it is discounted. By clicking on the card, we see the product name and description, the available stock, and also product type, whether it is simple, grouped, or bundled product. The quantity can be changed using the plus and minus buttons. If the quantity exceeds the available stock, the add to cart button will be disabled and show out of stock message. We also have variable products where you have choices like different colors or sizes or other attributes to choose. By choosing any of the attributes, the price and stock availability will also be updated. For example, as you can see, some variations of the product have one or two remaining in stock with different prices, and the other variations are not available at all. So we can choose from among them. Next, we have Okay, now let's go to a grouped product. As its name implies, it is a group of products. The products in this group can be simple or variable. Here we have multiple items. Their quantities are all one. Now let's change the quantities and add them to carts. Okay, as you can see, multiple items are added to cart here by adding one grouped product into the cart. Now let's check out the cart and its different elements. We have the quantities here. We have the total number of items in the cart here, as you can see. Then we have the button to barcode reader. By clicking on this scanner input pops up, and you can actually use your barcode scanner to read a barcode. Another point we have to discuss here is our hold cart feature, which is really helpful. Imagine you have a customer who wants to take another item from your shop, or who wants to take their credit card from their car. And then there's a row and there are some other customers waiting. So you cannot keep the next customers waiting. You have to pause the current action you're doing and serve the next people in the row until that person comes back. Okay, so in this case, you can simply click on Hold Cart button, and this current card will be taken into Hold Carts. The whole thing will be saved there, and you can reload it later. Now let's try this feature. Clicking on Hold Cart button, you will get this dialog to enter your note. You enter it and it's gone. It goes into the Hold Carts part. Now let's see. Here it is. Everything is saved. Everything is available. The item information, the total amount, and you can also cancel it, as you can see, by clicking on that cross. And here's the notes and the total amount, and you can clear all of them, all of the hold carts together. By clicking on reload, it will be taken back into the cart with all the items and all the information. Now let's choose a customer. Here we can search the customer name or add a new customer if necessary. Okay, let's search John Doe. We're going to select this one and choose an address. Here we go. The customer is selected. In case we want to replace a customer, we can click on this button on the right hand side and change the customer if necessary. Okay. Again, changing the address is also possible here. You can switch to the same customer but switch the address. Now we have some features for each item in our cart. By clicking on that left arrow, you can see the buttons, or you can drag the item to the left and see the items. The first one is our discount feature. By clicking on discount button, you can add the discount. The second one is the note. The third one is delete button. Now let's go to discount. So we have two types of discounts, fixed or percentage. We also have plus. You can add the number of items in the cart. Here we are adding a fixed amount. We can also choose a percentage, like 10% discount. We also have those preset buttons, like 10%, 15%, 20%. These are adjusted via admin panel. And we also have the reset, which resets the amount to its original, and everything goes back. Now we have a plus button here as well. By clicking on plus, you can add the amount by 20% or any other percent or any fixed amount rather than reducing it. And as you can see, the original amount is striked out and the new amount is written under that. Now let's try the note. Here is a note added to this single item. Let's remove this item. Okay. Here is the subtotal to the bill. The subtotal gives you the original amount of the bill without calculating the reductions or additions. Clear cart button can clear the whole cart out. We have 4 items here. The first one is fee item. You can add any fees, any extra fees you have to add. You simply type in a title or a name for the fee and an amount. And it is added here. Discount, you can also add a discount to the whole bill rather than a single item. And apply it. Shipping fees, you can also add shipping fees to your bill if necessary. So here we have the discount, shipping fee, and fee item. And also you can apply a coupon if you have any. You simply enter the coupon number that your customer provides, and the system verifies whether it's a valid one or not. If it is valid, the amount is reduced. So here we have 4 tabs corresponding to each of the buttons at the bottom here. Here we have the grand total, and we also have the pay button. After we're done creating the bill, we can click on pay, and we're taken to the checkout page. On checkout page, we have the customer information and some other features which are going to be explained. The first one is the customer information. So we have the customer and the addresses here. We can also edit the profile if necessary. We can also add new addresses if necessary. We also have the discount feature, again, fixed and percentage. We also have presets. We have the coupon here. We can apply the coupon if not applied before. And we also have the note. We can add a note to the bill here as well. Then we have the payment methods. There are multiple payment methods you can apply here. We can also have partial payments, meaning we can have payments in different forms to complete one order. Part of it could be like in cash, part of it could be paid by card, and different ways if necessary. Okay, now let's add the payment. We have a subtotal here, as you can see, and shipping fees and discounts. And the grand total. So this grand total is the amount we have to pay. So direct bank transfer, we add 100. And if necessary, we can also add the reference. We apply the amount. As you can see, we have 100 KD paid as direct bank transfer. Now we add 10 as check payments, and we add the rest as cash on delivery. Here we have 65.62. We click on the amount and the remaining amount will be applied. And the remaining, as you can see, is 0. If we remove the amount, we will have some remaining amount again. Now, if we add an amount higher than the remaining amount, we will have the remainder in negative, and also this part becomes red, showing that the balance is negative. Okay, now let's make it even. Okay, and now we have the print button here, which gives you the receipts, which is compatible with thermal printer. We have all the necessary information in this receipt: the store name, the outlet, the date and number of the receipt, the customer name, the cashier name, product information and quantities and everything. And finally, the fees and the total amount and payment methods. And here's a thank you note at the bottom. So let's complete the order to see. When you click on complete order, you also get the receipt. You can simply print it. After you print it, the checkout is done and you're taken to the main POS page for the next bill. Okay, now let's check out the cash drawer page. This page is for the cashiers to keep track of the cash they get. So they can enter the opening balance, the opening balance is the amount of cash they have in their drawer in the beginning of the shift. They can also add the amount of cash they add to their drawer, or the amount of cash they pay from their drawer. We also have the calendar, which gives the cashier the ability to check the previous days and see their payment log. They can also export the log in PDF and Excel formats. Now let's enter an opening balance, 100 for example. As you can see, it is added to the log. Now let's add an amount as cash in. Okay. As you can see, the closing amount is 110 now. And you can see the details here. This is 10 KD as cash in. Now let's add cash out, 20 cash out. We apply it. Now the total is 90, which is the closing balance. And here is the log of all events which happened to this cash register. Now let's export. We export to PDF format from dates to dates. Also include the details. So here is the exported file. Next, let's go to the CRM. Here we have a list of customers. We can also search. Again, dough. We have the order history here. We can view the details, the name and customer information. You can also edit them. So switching between different customers. If a customer doesn't have any orders, you will get this message that the customer doesn't have any orders. Here you can see all the orders a customer has, and you can also click on View All to view all of the orders. And here you can click on this plus button to add a new customer. Let's say Jane Smith. Phone number. Email is optional, so is the national ID. Now let's add a new address. Click on this, and we have address line 1 and 2, city, country name, postal code. Postal code is optional. We add the address and register the customer. So here's the new customer, Jane Smith. And she has no orders, naturally. We can also add another address here. We can view the old address. We have the option to change the country or other information. We can add a new address, and we can delete the old address here. Okay, we're done with the presentation of POS, the front end. We will have another video to cover the admin area and configurations and other features. Thank you for staying with us.